Today we're going to learn 3 ways to become a better church drummer. So let's get started. Hey everyone, Gabe here from drumbeatsonline.com, a website that helps you become a better drummer. Today I'm going to talk about a question that I've been getting a lot, and that is, how do I become a better church drummer? I'm getting a lot of emails and a lot of questions from people who are asking, hey, I play at these churches and I'm struggling with this, this, and this. So today I'm going to break down how to become a better church drummer in 3 different ways. So before I get into that, I just really want to thank you guys. You guys have been such amazing supporters and students of mine. I'm loving hearing from you guys so much. I love hearing the comments. I love getting the emails. I love responding to you guys. And I just passed 5,000 subscribers, so thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. So now let's jump into the lesson. So in today's lesson, I'm going to break down being a better church drummer in 3 different categories. Those categories are dynamics, building, and transitions. So we're going to just go category to category, and I'm going to talk my way through each one and how to improve. And just so you guys know up front, this lesson is going to be a lot of talking and a lot of explaining. There's not as much hands-on oh, we're going to play this beat or we're going to learn this beat. It's more learning concepts for you to practice behind your drum kit. So this video is just very informative and more just, hey, practice this concept, practice this concept. So with that in mind, let's talk about dynamics. So what does the word dynamics mean? To be honest, I didn't know for the longest time. When I would play at churches and people would say, hey, can you play a little bit more dynamic there? I really wouldn't know what that word meant. I would just make something up. So playing dynamically really just means make the song build. So let's say maybe the first verse of the song you play a little bit quieter than the second verse, or you really make those quiet parts of the song really nice and quiet, and then you make those big parts of the song really nice and big, because it's really easy to just play maybe the same beat the whole way through the song and never change anything up. So dynamics is making the quiet parts quieter, making the loud parts maybe a little bit louder, more high energy. Okay, so now how can we apply being dynamic into playing a worship song or playing a church song? Because a lot of these songs might just have the same beat throughout the whole song, and that can get really, really boring. And if the kick pattern and the snare pattern are the same throughout the whole song, that's fine. But now let's make it dynamic. So let's say we're playing in the verse just a hi-hat, kick, and snare pattern. Let's just say it's this. So that's the beat that we would be playing maybe throughout the whole song. But I want you to start thinking of the song in a little bit different of a way, rather than just, oh, there's the same beat throughout the whole song. Well, each part of the song needs something specific. A lot of the times, the verses are played on a closed hi-hat because it calls for maybe a little bit quieter of a beat and just a more controlled sound. But a lot of the times, choruses want to feel more open. That doesn't always mean playing louder. Sometimes it does. But maybe even instead of playing just a close hi-hat on the verse, play the same beat on the ride cymbal. It doesn't need to be louder, but the ride cymbal just offers a more open feel. So now instead of just playing that same beat over and over and over, you're starting to change your cymbals for each part of the song. So let's say you're thinking, okay, close hi-hat for the verses, and then I'm moving to my ride for the choruses, and then maybe on the bridge, I'm going to a crash cymbal or open hi-hat. You can still play the same pattern, but change up your cymbals to really make the song start to sound better and feel better. So I'll give you a few examples of how these transitions would sound, even though we're just playing the same beat. So even though we were playing the same beat, the beat felt different every time we changed cymbals. So I'd really encourage you guys to break up the song in sections of first verse, chorus, second verse, bridge, and really try to even just change the cymbals for each part. Even sometimes if the recording doesn't do that, try to add your own spin and try to make these songs more dynamic. All right, so this is a really important topic in church music, and that is building. Building is becoming really, really popular in church music, and sometimes it can be hard to keep up with how much building there is. Some of these songs have like 40-second to a minute builds, and how do you start to make that sound bigger each time without it just sounding like you're just playing the same thing over and over? So I'm going to break that down a little bit for you. So let's say you're building between your snare drum and your floor tom, and you're just playing eighth notes like this. So you're just playing something simple. Well, for these longer builds, you can start to add things to make the build more and get more intense until that build ends and you, I'm assuming, are going into a big part of the song. So I'd say there's a few steps you could do depending on how long this build is. You can start off with nothing on the kick drum. You can just do eighth notes on the floor tom and the snare drum. Then maybe let's say you do that for a measure, 2 measures. Then let's say after that you add just quarter notes on the bass drum. So now it would sound like this. So then you play that for another 2 measures or so. Then what you can do is you can play all of the eighth notes that you're playing on your hands with your kick drum. Then if that doesn't even take you there yet, then you can move your right hand, or whatever hand is on your floor tom, you can move that over to a cymbal and start building from there. And then if you're still not there yet, you can move to 16th notes on your hands and really just give it that power that it needs right before you get into that big part. So you can start to take away and add these things to add different layers to your builds depending how long your build is. So I'll give you an example of going through all of these steps real quick. Transitions can be so tough as a drummer, and this doesn't even need to be in church music. This can be in any song at all. But specifically, in church drumming, the drummer is the leader a lot of the times. So these transitions from point A to point B can be very important. What I mean by that is, how do you transition from playing the verse into the chorus? Because a lot of the times, the other band members are listening to you on when we're going to go into the next part of the song. So for me, transitioning is generally by playing a fill. It can be a really simple fill. You never want to draw a bunch of attention to yourself in that moment, But even just by playing a small fill from, let's say, the verse into the chorus can really let everyone in the band know, okay, the verse is ending, and now we're going into the chorus, and they can all follow you there. So your fills can be as simple as playing something like this. So it doesn't need to be this big showy moment. Some people say, hey, in transitions, I'm starting to get lost in leading the band, off tempo because I'm trying to do this cool roll, but I just can't get it in time. And I would say definitely practice that. Try to practice doing your fills in time, but your transitions can just be something as simple as just a single snare hit, or a snare to tom hit, or something. It can be half a measure long. It can be just one beat long. Just a small little something to give the band a note of saying, hey, this is where we're going now. So those are 3 tips on how to become a better church drummer. Please practice these concepts, guys, because it's new knowledge and you're not going to get better at them unless you're practicing them. If you want some of my deluxe drum lessons, check out my full drum lesson package called Ultimate Beginner Drum Lessons. If you want to, you can check it out right here. I really think you're going to love it. But if not, you can check out my last YouTube lesson right here. Thank you again so much for your support, guys. I love that I'm in a position where I can help you guys grow. It's seriously bringing so much life to me, and I'm so thankful for you guys. So thanks for watching this lesson. I hope it helped, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.